Guys, I've realized something. 6-star raids become a lot easier when you just beat all of them in one attack. How about we all just start doing that? Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, Pokemon trainers all, today I bring you my latest, greatest, and most refined strategy for 5- and 6-star raids that make them, and I cannot stress this enough, an actual joke. I know what you're thinking. I don't need this. I've got my Iron Hands and my Azumarill and my Umbreon. I've got my Berserker squad and I've got myself a domain. It's all good. It's fine. No. Compared to them, this is a whole other world of reliable raid clearing. Again, beating them in one attack before they even put up their barrier, it just makes things so much easier and quicker for obvious reasons. The Pokemon that will be our base template for the strategy that I will outline for you guys is one that is certainly not going to notice. It is a hit in competitive, and just generally, it is proving a very popular new addition, because let's be honest, it's just badass with a badass signature move. It is Annihilape. Seriously, as long as the Tera type isn't normal, well, he looks at every single raid and goes, "No!" And even if we ignore the strategy I'm about to outline for the one-shot, look at how much damage Rage Fist pumps out on a shielded up Tera Raid 6. This is not a super effective attack, I'm not terrestrialized myself, and yet it's still chunking the shield harder than if it was, and I was, on a different Pokemon. And the best part of this is I can go through and recommend you a strategy, a Pokemon, a setup that will one-shot Tera Raids in one single attack, all of them except normal, and it will do so without requiring allies, without requiring setup, without requiring something quirky or, you know, something out there that just isn't practical for someone playing solo. This is a true solo one-shot setup, and it is glorious. So, of course, let's actually talk about Rage Fist. What's the deal here? I'm sure you know how it works at this point. Again, it's made quite the splash, and rightly so, because it's ludicrously brokenly powerful, and I don't know how a move like this ever actually made it into the game. I suppose Annihilape's only in the top 20 usage. I mean, top 20 is still really good, but he's not defining. But that's only because there are even more powerful Pokemon that are like Goldengo or Palafin, although the latter has been banned now. In any case, I digress. Rage Fist works as thus. It's simply a 50 power, 100 accuracy ghost physical move. However, every time Annihilape gets hit, it gains 50 base power. Up to 350. Which means he gets hit 6 times, and you're hitting for a move every turn that is 100 base power stronger than self-destruct. And that move requires your Pokemon to faint to use it once. That is ridiculous. And that means that even without any extra strategy, Annihilape just chunks through Tera Raids, as base power is one of the biggest factors in how Pokemon calculates damage. And given that Rage Fist's damage boost lasts even if you faint and come back, you still keep where you were at, well, it makes it perfect for raids where A, you might well faint, and B, you are going to get hit a lot over the course of it. But of course, I didn't want to just say, hey guys, use Annihilape and Rage Fist, it does a lot of damage, even if you're not hitting super effectively just because of how brokenly powerful it is. Okay, have fun. No, I want to take this further, of course, and do the one-shot. Annihilape himself, then, is incredibly bulky. He's got a lot of health and not too shabby defenses. This lets him survive raid Pokemon really, really effectively, especially as the ghost nature of his punch lets you hit every type except, of course, normal and dark for at least neutral damage, and neutral damage is all you need to pull this off. You don't need to type match, you don't need to super effect the raid. It really is a case of just hit it very hard. You know, it's the punch. school of raid beating. So you get your Annihilape, get your Primeape, get it to use Rage Fist 20 times, and then it will evolve when you next level it up. I got myself a shiny one, pretty happy with that. Get it to level 100, and then this is the setup. You want to get its EVs in full HP and full attack. You want to, of course, max the IVs with Bottle Cap Hyper Training on everything but special attack, as we don't need special attack. You want to give it an ability patch so that its ability becomes defiant, as getting a double stage attack raise whenever your other stats get lowered is fantastic in any situation and only helps here. You want to end up with a adamant nature. Mine actually came with Jolly, which is also pretty good if I was going to use it normally, but in raids we just want to pump that attack stat, so give it an adamant mint. Then we want to actually get our moves set up, and we need specifically the following four: Rage Fist, Drain, Punch, then we want Bulk Up, and finally Screech. Rage Fist and Screech he will learn naturally from the process of getting him to level 100, and the other two you can get from TMs. You can find a Drain Punch here on this watchtower, and then a little bit away from it, down on the beach in the distance, you can find a Bulk Up. This is your core then. You have your perfect Annihilape, you have the perfect 4 moves. Item-wise, you want to give him the leftovers, as he is tanky enough that with the extra little bit of healing and after a few bulk ups, it basically will just sustain you the entire raid. I cannot stress this enough. Once I first completed this Annihilape, I just went around doing 6-star after 6-star after 6-star after 6-star, and they were actually sillily easy. Like, it was insane how much he was hard to kill, while also, of course, doing the damage that he's going to be doing. In any case, the only time you want to change off leftovers is if you're facing a raid boss that has annoying secondary effect moves, like Hurricane inflicting confusion, or Water Pulse inflicting confusion, or Thunder inflicting paralysis. Then you want to give it the Covert Cloak so you're immune to those secondary effects, as that makes everything much smoother. So, with all of that set up, with all of that done, the strategy goes like this. You start the raid, and you want to use Bulk Up 3 times. This will give you a 3-stage attack boost, and this will give you a 3-stage defense boost, which makes you hit very hard and makes you take basically no damage. During this time, in most cases, the enemy raid Pokemon will hit you once per turn, boosting up Rage Fist to 200 base power. You will be slowly healing with your leftovers, and you have a massive 400 plus health pool to chunk through, meaning that you shouldn't be too concerned. If you ever get low, just throw out a Drain Punch, but the standard strategy, bulk up 3 times. Then, Screech 3 times. This will put the enemy Pokemon on -6 defense, the lowest it can go, which also gives it 3 more turns to hit you 3 more times, raising Rage Fist to 350 base power. Now, on turn 7, the enemy Pokemon will be on about 70% health or so on average from your allies. You hit it with a Rage Fist. A Rage Fist that is backed at 350 base power now against a Pokemon with maximum defense down, used by an Annihilape with Stab and 3 attacks up, and it results, even against something as bulky as a Toxapex, in a monstrous one-shot. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the way to beat raids universally with a single Pokemon, no matter what. And I pretty much do mean that. I've used this against Tera Raids that are using special attacks, so the defensive bulk up isn't a factor. I'm still taking full damage the entire time. Doesn't matter. I have used this against Pokemon spamming super effective fairy moves against my Annihilape. Again, doesn't matter at all. The only time this genuinely does not act as a cheat code in Tera Raids is if it's a normal Tera type, ergo you literally cannot do damage, or Dark, where you will do half damage, which it will still work. You'll still kill it really easily, but you're not going to literally one-shot it. You'll have to use Rage Fist, I don't know, 3 or 4 times maybe. A few things to note though if you're going to use this strategy. Number 1, you have until either the timer reaches half or the health of the enemy Pokemon reaches half from your allies actually attacking it. That's the reason we want to use Screech second after Bulk Up on top of the defense from Bulk Up. If we Screech to start with, then yes, your allies will probably do too much damage on certain Pokemon and actually push it to shield up before you're ready to one-shot Rage Fist. So no matter how far through you are the bulk up Screech prep, if the enemy raid Pokemon is just about to get to half health, then skip to the end and obviously use your Rage Fist and you'll still get the job done like this Tauros. Other than that, you only have to worry about Screech missing sometimes, which is annoying, but just do it again until it works. And then any raid that gives you a burn or a paralysis or anything, just use a heal cheer the turn before you're ready to Rage Fist to clear the status, and then use the Rage Fist. In any case, yeah, this is the way. And God forbid if you get a Psychic or Ghost one and can actually super affect it. Haha, oh, that is shenanigans. So the general strat then, start the raid, 3 bulk up, 3 Screech, Rage Fist. Hopefully you get hit on those 6 setup turns. If you don't, well, you can either bulk up an extra time until you do get hit 6 times. You can weave in some Drain Punches if you get low. But the point is, get hit 6 times while buffing yourself and debuffing the enemy Pokemon with bulk up and Screech respectively, and then hit the Rage Fist. Do this before it shields up, and you will either delete it in one attack, or on some bulkier Pokemon, you will put it to about 5-10% health, at which point, well, it is child's play to finish it off with a couple more Rage Fists. I have yet to find something that this doesn't work against, and it really is much easier than having 5-6 separate raid Pokemon, and it doesn't need you to have a team of 4 all working together with like the Berserker strategy or something like that, which isn't practical if you want to solo. So, all that said then, I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope this video helps to spread awareness of how actually broken Annihilape is in Tera Raids, both offensively and defensively, from both its stats, typing, and the unique power of Rage Fist. Let me know how you guys get on, and for now, like if you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more, consider supporting the future of the channel at Patreon down below. Until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.